After speculation for The Force Awakens began, Darth Plagueis garnered more fame and attention than the character had ever experienced before, due to his character being rumored to be Supreme Leader Snoke. After this, many fans heard of Plagueis and his many accomplishments, along with his praise from Palpatine, and are now citing him as one of the most powerful Star Wars characters of all time. But is this really true? How powerful is Darth Plagueis really? And what is his overall significance to the Star Wars universe as a whole? Plagueis was a Sith Lord at the tail end of the Rule of Two era of Sith, and it was due to him in large part that the Empire was made in the first place. The major differences between the Rule of Two Sith and the Ancient Sith is how they chose to garner their power. Both desired to conquer, but they each went about it in vastly different ways. The Sith of old were warriors, bred to destroy and be absolutely devastating in combat, choosing to go straight for the throat and seize what they desired. They were conquerors, clad in black. The Rule of Two era Sith, which Plagueis was a part of, were also clad in black, but in a very different way. This era of Sith disguised themselves with prestige, garnering power through political means. These Sith would stab you in the back in secret, rather than go for a bold, upfront offensive. The Rule of Two Sith were not warriors at heart. They were philosophers, artists, historians, and in the case of Plagueis, scientists. This is not to say that this era of Sith were not powerful combatants in their own right. They certainly were. They just went about obtaining power a separate way than the ancient Sith did. This distinction is very important. Plagueis had a fascination with midichlorians, and in the years where he had placed Palpatine in the Senate, he secluded himself and dedicated himself fully to his studies. As far as combative capabilities went, Plagueis was far from the best, instead choosing to focus on other things. I would describe it as looking at two individuals, one who is fully dedicated to fitness and another whose primary focus is studies. This is not to say that the student who is focused on becoming stronger physically isn't capable of learning or vice versa. That's just not where their primary focus lies. Both of these individuals would manage to garner respect and praise in their respective fields. For me, the reason Palpatine was so incredibly powerful and nigh unbeatable is because he is the perfect marriage of the old Sith and the Rule of Two era Sith. He absolutely relished in combat and was also highly educated and manipulative. This is why, in my opinion, he experienced such success as a Sith Lord. He maintained the aggression and love of direct conflict and combat while keeping his wits about him and destroying his enemies through manipulation rather than just going up front and killing them. On the other hand, for a Sith Lord, Plagueis was quite docile, even telling Palpatine that he would rule with him as an equal after the Empire rose. This is where Plagueis lacked what Palpatine had, and many other Sith of old had also. He was too submissive and accepting, in large part quelling the Sith's inherent ferocity and aggression. Plagueis is a far more important Sith than a powerful one. He was for all purposes a genius, and possibly the most intelligent Sith in all of the Star Wars universe. It was due to him in large part that Palpatine rose as far as he did. His unconventional studies also gifted him many obscure abilities that others were unable to acquire. He could, as Palpatine said, create life through his studies of the midichlorians. The point of all this is to say Plagueis was not as capable of a combatant as others. I would even go as far to say that Sith like Vader would crush him in a duel. I do, however, want to make it clear Plagueis was a capable Force user and duelist. He just didn't rank among the best. This is not to say at all that Plagueis was not powerful. Power is extremely subjective. As far as advancements and overall success and accomplishments, Plagueis is absolutely among the most powerful of Sith. Combatively, however, he would be outclassed by those like his apprentice or like Darth Vader. Plagueis never even desired to be a great fighter, which is why he never became as capable as others. He sought knowledge over all else and became obsessed with conquering his fear of death, which in a big way is what killed him. It left him unable to deal with the might of Palpatine, or sense Palpatine's imminent betrayal. This adds yet another layer of irony to the legend of Darth Plagueis. He was so focused on not dying and obtaining immortality that he failed to see the dangers in front of him. He also lost sight of the ultimate goal of domination and obtaining ultimate power, which is why Palpatine chose to execute him. Over many years and many lifetimes, the Sith ruled the galaxy, once again, in a large way due to Plagueis' contributions. He just lacked the additional push that his apprentice had. Plagueis is one of my favorite Sith, and his story is also among the most interesting of Star Wars lore. I hope this video helped explain him a bit more and why, in my interpretation, he ranks among the most important and influential Sith, but however, not the most powerful as far as combat is concerned. This video was made kind of as a response to a lot of the comments that I got on my top 10 most powerful Sith video, where I ranked Plagueis as number 10. Taking into account, of course, his contributions to the Sith and how intelligent he was, but why he wasn't lower on the list, as a lot of fans think he should be. I hope this helped explain my stance a little bit better. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoy making them. Thank you again so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.